Oh my god. Sorry, y'all. It is, I don't know, 10 something at night. It's 12 hours later than the last time I was talking to you. You have to excuse my hair. I just got out of the shower. So, it has been, what? Anyways, my hair mask makes my hair a little poofy sometimes, but that's okay. It's been brought to my attention, and I watched the playback. Y'all, the stuff that I say off the cuff, it's really fucking hard for me to recreate. So, because y'all missed so much important shit, I'm gonna go ahead and share it with you real quick before I go to bed, because it's really important. So, where the video dropped off, you know, the biggest thing is we have to do better. Hey, Eileen, I am doing great. I do miss being over the road, which is, it's not a secret, but the money that I am making on this account, it's a flat rate. So sometimes I work 4 or 5 hours and get paid the same amount of money, and some days like today I work all 12 hours and get the same money. It balances out in the end, but definitely making, I just pulled up my check stub for the check that's going to be deposited tomorrow, and it's, all my checks are over $1,000 every week, so it's worth it. I was just talking to Honey Badger earlier, and she was like, girl, I gotta know this account, you know, even though she's not with Swift anymore. She was just really curious because Swift is picking up a lot of really gnarly accounts that are really hard to get on with. And when you have a reputation like Swift, it can make it hard for these really reputable companies to want to do business with you. So I got blessed for sure, because I happen to personally love this company that I'm driving for. We pull their equipment. So basically the way it works is they're renting us as drivers and our tractors to pull their stuff. They have too much demand for their supplies and they don't have enough drivers. So there's owner operators, there's Swift. I really didn't see, I think I saw a couple of Schneiders, but it's still really under wraps. So the people who know about it know about it. But like I said, the ink is not completely dry on the contract, so I can't really talk about it just yet. But the shit that I see here in Texas, as far as, you know, all the bullshit driving aside, the 4-wheel drivers getting on my motherfucking nerves, Swift drivers, oh my God. I'm actually at the pilot that I'm talking about in the video. I know y'all can't hear. I watched it back to see where it cut off, and I was like, holy shit. I hadn't even started digging at that point. So hopefully y'all can hear me right now. If you can hear me, just give me a thumbs up. It's great. You should be able to. I turned all other Bluetooth devices off, and it's late at night. Kids are asleep. Husband's asleep. Everybody's asleep except me. I am right around the corner from the shop because I need all new tires. The city driving, why thank you. The city driving is really rough on my truck. Not because of my driving, but the road that I turn on to get to the place that I'm driving for, it is so fucked up. Like, if you had dentures, those bitches would be on the floor. And I'm not exaggerating, I'm not trying to be funny. Like, I literally turn onto the street and just go ahead and kick it like 4 to 5 miles an hour, and it's still eating my tires. So if you've never driven for Swift, they have a lot of safety features when they put these trucks together. So you can customize all these trucks, by the way. One of the features is called creep mode, meaning that in in the event that your tire is on some kind of gravel or loose concrete, it senses that maybe you're off-roading and you're gonna go into a ditch. So it is a safety feature. But for this account, when I go to the shop in the morning to get all new fucking tires, because they're all fucking wore out, my spare is burnt up, everything is burnt up. When your tire goes into creep mode, it literally just starts spinning. And on a fucked up road like that, it's eating, literally looks like somebody's taking a cheese grater to my tires. So HEB and Walmart and all of these other places that have all of these amazing pavements, this particular company does not. And a lot of it has to do with the high amount of traffic as far as 18-wheelers go, going up and down the street, hauling ass at some point. Hadn't been for a while, because you can't go more than 10 miles without knocking your fucking brain loose. But it's still very much worth it. And as soon as I could tell you about the company, I will. But the biggest thing was to address Swift Driver. So I was parked here. I am at a Pilot right around the corner from the Houston terminal. I am on McCarty Road off of 610. If you're in Houston, this is where I'm at. I'll be going to sleep after this video. I have to be up at 5, be at the shop at 6. It's a whole thing, and then I got to be back at my place at 6 o'clock, and at 11 o'clock, and then take off for another 12 hours. So not a lot of sleep going on tonight, and hopefully my hair settles down. But just last week, I was sitting here waiting to go where I gotta go, and I see two Swift people pull up out of one of the Swift trucks, a 2021 Swift truck. There's a husband and wife duo. The husband gets out. He's got tube socks on. If you don't know what tube socks are, Google it. I go into description in my video, but I'm on a time schedule here, so look up tube socks. He's got tube socks. He's got toe thongs, which are chanclas. I call them chanclas because I'm Mexican. The flip-flops with the thing that goes in between your toes. Yeah, so he's kind of looking like a busted Ninja Turtle. He's got cut off blue jean shorts. They're all frayed. On one side, the pocket is like hanging out, like back when Jessica Simpson was like smoking hot and was doing the Daisy Dukes music video. I was like, dude, you're not Jessica Simpson. You're not even fucking close. You kind of look like the Tiger King, and the motherfucker didn't have a shirt on. So you got hair. He's got a chain on. Total kind of like Guido meets Tiger King meets Kid Rock, Pascagoula, Mississippi kind of shit. I also go into detail. Pascagoula, Mississippi, I'm not a fan. I won't even go near Pascagoula, Mississippi. I will go around. I'll go up north. I will figure out a way in my car, on my personal time, and definitely in my truck. Both of my brothers have almost been killed in Pascagoula, Mississippi. One of them was on life support. Pascagoula, Mississippi, if you are a person of color, just don't fucking go there, okay? They probably were, Juan Lopez. They probably fucking were. So he's looking busted as fuck. Well, I'm like, okay, well maybe Barbara here's got it going on. Barbara doesn't have it going on. She gets out, and I happen to be on the phone with a good girlfriend of mine, and I'm like, bitch, you are not gonna understand. So I turned the video around. I'm a child of the 80s, and I remember windbreaker outfits, the ones that made the sound when you walked. Okay, this lady had hot pink, like hot pink, Lisa Frank looking hot pink, wind shorts on. She had some kind of lime green blouse. It wasn't wind material, it wasn't cotton, it was kind of shimmery. Okay, so we got the lime green weird blousey tank top thing. We've got the hot pink wind shorts, which she shouldn't have been wearing. And then she's got purple chanclas on, and I'm like, Mardi Gras would reject that shit because it didn't make sense. And she's not done yet. So if you're not from the South, it is a thing if you are a smoker, specifically female smokers. I've never seen a dude do it, but they wear surgical gloves so that, one, the nicotine doesn't stain their precious fingers that they spend thousands of dollars manicuring, and two, so that their hands don't smell like smoke. Well, it's COVID now, so she's probably going to add that to her repertoire. So she's got her purple gloves, her lime green shirt, her pink motherfucking shorts from 1984 and a half. And then she's got like the white snake hair. It's like super frizzy from being dyed blonde. Roots, brown roots out the here, which I'm not hating on. It's quarantine. If you don't want to go to the beauty salon, that's cool. I'm down with it. So she's also got makeup from like a white snake video. So I'm like, okay, where the fuck is his... He's wearing a mask. He ain't wearing a shirt, but he's wearing a mask. She don't have a mask on. I'm like, what the fuck is she doing? She pulls out the full-on shield, like the dental hygienist shield, because, you know, you can't fuck up your makeup. Exactly. Then I'm like, okay, what are they doing? Because neither one of them look like they were getting ready to fuel, and they're in the fuel line. Not at the fuel island, they're in the fuel line. He starts doing some shit with the bucket that we use to wash our windows. He's taking the squeegees out. He's doing his own thing. He busts out with some fucking Dawn dish soap and his own sponge. He's got dish gloves on like a bitch at the house. Barbara gets out and she has a bag full of dirty ass Tupperwares. You know where this is going, right? There's a trash can right here. Well, Barbara decides she's going to dump all of their old ass food on the ground next to the trash can. I'm going to go with, I'm praying that they were hoping that the local wildlife would come and get some free food. I don't want to think that somebody's that trashy and inconsiderate, but it happens. So I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, you know, the bonehead trucker guy. Oh, wow. Are you on medication for that? You know, I'm a nurse, so I'm going to ask these questions. Are you on any kind of metoprolol, carvedilol, any kind of medication for your blood pressure? If you are, and you can get it under control and get the note, you can get the note from the doctor releasing you, and you can always go back and do it again. Don't give up. I have seen people out here literally getting into their trucks with ladders. I'm not making fun of them, but I just want to know who's giving them medical clearance. It happens. So don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up. So anyways, they proceed to take the bucket and wash all their motherfucking Tupperwares in the bucket that the guy at the Pilot had just filled up for us to wash our windshields and our windows. Well, now they're doing dishes in that shit. And I watch Bonehead Truckers because I fucking love watching truckers do stupid shit. I find it highly entertaining. It's how I found Swift. I love it. From a clinical position and somebody who's very, yeah, that one. They're washing, I mean, it was like Frito pie, lasagna, some kind of other weird shit with white sauce. Literally like a week's worth of fucking dishes in the bucket that we clean our windows with. Yeah. Then he goes and gets the hose. And I'm thinking, okay, maybe this jackhole is going to fix what he did. He's going to clean the bucket. No. He wanted the hose so he could rinse out his dishes. Make so there's no soap left in the dishes. You know, we don't have fucking washer fluid for our fucking windows, but, you know, Stan and Barbara got fucking clean dishes. So there's that. They never put fuel. They're holding up the line. This was also, by the way, at like 9 o'clock in the morning in Houston. I said, wow. I'm starting to see over the road. I never seen a Swift driver do anything stupid. Honestly, I didn't. I don't know where some of these videos come from that bonehead truckers and all of these other people that make fun of Swift. I have no fucking clue where. I never know where I'm going. I just know that I'm going to Texas. I mean, I stay in Texas. Ew. If the squeegee would have fit, they probably would have tried it. But they did come with their own sponges and their own Dawn soap. So, I mean, you got to give credit where credit's due. So I'm like, I don't even want to be affiliated with these fools. And then another Swiftie comes in. We're right around the corner from the Houston terminal. So lots of Swifties. I have a Swiftie here parked to me, to the left of me. 3 parked to the right. And there's like 2 more down. I'm bobtail. The place that I drive for, we cannot bring empty trailers. So I don't have to deal with empty trailers. It's not a thing. Not right now, no. My book comes out in 2 days. And my son is going through some rough patches right now. So because I'm a medical professional, I like to be completely involved in what goes on in my kids' lives. And quarantine really got the kids down. And they're doing virtual school. Sorry, oh, my hair drives me crazy. They're doing virtual school, which is really not helping the depression situation. So I need to be close to home right now. And again, yeah, I requested to stay close. I request, say I want to go to California. I just pick up the phone and say, hey, Kadar, I want to go to California. He finds me a ride to California. If I want to go to Montana, hey, I want to go to Montana. Okay, here, go. Because I drive the way I do and I've built the reputation that I have, am I a hard ass and do I make some of the newer people at the terminal cry? I do. I'm guilty of that, but I'm not sorry. They are not truck drivers, so they don't understand the frustrations. And I never, ever, ever call Swift for anything. If I call Swift, it's really important. And then when I have somebody that's like, I don't have time for it, I'm gonna shut that shit down real quick. So moving on, the next Swiftie pulls up. Yeah, Harvey was bad. I'm the person who lost 6 family members during Harvey. I can't imagine trying to drive in that stuff. We actually told my aunt and uncle not to go, but where his house was located, they've rebuilt it, and we have family that still lives there. None of us are for it. That house, his house backed up into Green's Bayou, which is what flash flooded and washed them away as they were trying to get out. Harvey was devastating. Usa. When you lose 6 family members and something tragic like that, you don't get over that shit. So seeing Harvey, that kind of threw me for a loop, but I couldn't imagine driving through it. Ever. No. But the Swiftie that was pulling up next to me, he gets out of his truck. He has oh, fuck that. No way. My family that passed away, they lived right around the corner they lived off of Mesa. So I already know how it floods out here. I am so sorry. I'm pretty sure your car was underwater. But the Swiftie who pulled up next to me as I'm watching, Bonnie and Clyde over here, he gets out of his truck. First of all, he doesn't know how to park. He hits my fucking mirror. I'm looking at him like, okay, he's that guy. All right. Swiftie number 2 of the day. He gets out. He wants to go inside the Pilot. He wants to do whatever the fuck he's going to do. I said, let me see what this clown's working with. He had boots on. I got to give him that. He had some... Hey, that's a fucking blessing. Because Mesa goes under fucking water big time. I won't park my car here. I'm only 20 miles from my house. And I take my truck home often. But one of the other things I talk about in the video where it cut off is dealing with the stresses of being at home and coming to work and having to be focused on trucking at the same time, especially city driving. It doesn't really work out for me too well. I'm used to being over the road. I don't really think about home too much when I'm over the road, because when you step into this vehicle, it's like stepping into your office. You have to leave all your personal shit out there. And while my son is going through some things right now, my husband knows when and how to tell me the information that he gives me. And that's very important for any driver. You don't want to get some of the calls that people would like to give you until you're done for the day. Unless somebody has died, and that has happened to me. My mom's fiance passed away when I was in Kentucky. And my mom was like, I'm going to kill myself, blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, I have to do what I'm doing. And there was no way for me to get home. So, no, my truck came with a refrigerator. Swift has really taken out all of the old trucks. About 99.9% sure all of our trucks now have refrigerators. So this Swifty guy gets out. He's got some boots on, so I got to give him that. But he's got black jean cut-off shorts. I don't know what the thing with the dudes in the jean cut-off shorts is, but stop it. It's not cute. It's not professional. It's all frayed. You're coming back to Swift? Or coming back to Houston? Swift is popping right now. Like, I'm not allowed to talk about money right now because it's, again, the contract. Oh, man. I came back and I gotta say, the money's good. My fucking book releases in 2 weeks, but it doesn't mean I'm gonna be fucking rich overnight. And again, I don't do this for money. I do it because I absolutely fucking love it. Oh, right now, you could stay. It's actually gonna benefit you more to stay local. You could actually go to the Houston terminal, tell Kadar, the terminal manager, that you are friends with me, Teresa De Leon. He won't ask you any more questions. He'll say OTR dedicated. Just say dedicated Houston. You're going to make fucking bank. I promise. I promise, I promise, I promise. Since I've come back, I have not had a check under 4 digits since I've come back. It's not a thing. It's not a thing. But you need to stay in the area. So, Kadar, Kadar, quite familiar with me. Most of the driver leaders, the old school ones, they love me. The newer people that they're bringing in, they don't really like my personality and they think I'm unprofessional, which is fine. I don't give a fuck. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. But I don't ever contact Swift unless there is a problem that I cannot fix. So when you give me excuses and try to put me off and got me holding up fuel lines and shit, I'm not about that life. He is the terminal manager. You just tell him that I sent you, or that you could just say that you're friends with me, whatever you want to say. You mention my name, he's going to put you in that category. Exactly. You can't be hearing about dumb shit going on at home. Even if it's bad news, wait until I am done driving. I can't fix whatever it is. So let me finish doing what I'm doing so I don't kill myself or other people. That is so important. You cannot. And so the couple of days that I'm like I said, I'm only 20 miles from home. I live northeast of here. I live in Kingwood. And I went home for like 3 or 4 nights straight. I swear to God, I couldn't get out of fucking bed the next day. My kids had me up all night. And Oh my God. It was just, I would get on my truck, and my truck I park at home. So I get in my truck, I'm trying to get situated and trying to figure out what my new normal morning routine is. And I'm so distracted and trying to kind of decompress the events of the night before. And hey, that's not too far from me. I live about 10 minutes from Deerbrook Mall off of 1960 and 59. I live right in between Kingwood Drive and North Park. I live in Woodland Hills. And I'm close to home right now. I'm closer to home now than whenever I stay at the terminal of the facility that I'm driving for. And I tried it, and it's just, it just doesn't work. I can't mix home and trucking on a daily basis. It's not for me. It might work for some people, but it doesn't work for me. But the biggest part of the video was begging Swift drivers to stop doing stupid, corny ass shit. Over the road, again, I never saw a Swift driver do anything stupid. I do see them doing some stupid shit at truck stops. It's just bad mentoring, or maybe the person just doesn't get it. Maybe the person's new. I do try to give the person the benefit of the doubt. And I actually walk up to some of them. I walk up to them and I'm like, hey, are you new? Are you in a bad mood? Like, I'm a motivational speaker, believe it or not. I'm a motivational speaker. Just launched my whole website for it. Been doing motivational speaking for many, many years. So I'm really good at communicating with people, especially, if they're new, if they need, some inspiration, just to know that somebody's there to help them. And for the most part, they want the help because they're under pressure. We've all been first day drivers. And while we all learn the same things, when you're out here and people are staring at you, especially when you got Swift on your clothes, you got Swift on your truck, the cameras are up, you see the phones, the pressure is on. There's always a motherfucker trying to cut you off. There's always another one waiting for you to park. Your back starts sweating. Your ass is sweating. You're turning up the AC. It's a whole fucking situation. So if you already have problems backing, and then you're in that situation, it's a recipe for fucking disaster. So I really do try to get out and find out where their frame of mind is, where they are in their driving, and see how we can fix the situation. But I think that we need to start with the professionalism. If you don't have the snap to put your feet on the floor in the morning and decide that you give a fuck about how you look in the morning and how you're representing not only Swift as a company, but just yourself as a fucking human being, you don't need to be out here. The company that I'm driving for right now, so the guy that I keep trying to talk about, after Barbara and Steve were doing their thing, this other guy pulls up, hits my fucking mirror, knocks the other guy's fucking mud flap off. I'm like, God, dude, you're fucking bobtail. What are you doing? Knocking all this shit over. He gets out. He's got his cut off black shorts, got some bleach stains on it in weird spots. He's got a black wife beater on that's a tank top. Got some holes in it. His hair looks so soaking wet, you would think that it would be dripping. It wasn't wet at all. It was greasy. He looked either homeless or just really, really, really had poor hygiene. But he had his mask on. He had his fucking mask on, so I had to give him credit for that. When you get out of a Swift truck, first of all, let's back up. When you pull up in a Swift truck, people are already looking at you. They're waiting for you to fuck up. Know this. Know this going into any situation. I don't care if you're driving across the country. I don't care if you're driving around the truck stop. People are watching you and they are waiting for you to fuck up. When you get out of the car and you look like Barbara and Steve and Wang Chung, it's just like, really? Really? It is so unprofessional to get out of your truck. You know, I thoroughly believe that a person's, you know, I don't care whether you're out of shape, in shape, or whatever. All of that aside, the way you present yourself. Oh, I hardly drive any miles. I don't even really count the miles. With this company, they don't count miles either. It's a flat rate. But, excuse me, on average, anywhere from 200 to 400. There's a lot of days I only drive 4 or 5 hours a day. Still get paid the flat rate. But if you get out of the truck and you look like you just don't give a fuck, then you are... I can be home every night. I'm only 20 miles away from home. I drive my truck home often. But right now, I have to be at the shop at 6 o'clock in the morning because I need all new tires from the fucked up ass road that's at the place that I gotta go to. It's tearing up my tires. My tires are constantly spinning in the rivets of the fucked up ass road. I don't know if you've ever driven behind the shop area at the Houston terminal, but if you have, there's big fucking, I mean, your brain gets rattled. The street that I have to drive on to get where I got to get to every morning at 11, that street makes the back of the Houston terminal look like freshly paved asphalt. And that is not an exaggeration. It's literally eating my tires alive. I hit a bump the other day going 4 miles an hour and had to come that night to get all new bulbs for the front of my vehicle. All my light bulbs smashed. It is the worst road I've ever driven on. I wouldn't ride a bike, drive a car, or even walk down this road because I would fear that I would twist my ankle walking, break my neck riding a bike, and probably fuck up the entire alignment, axles, and everything on my car. It's a road that definitely needs to be fixed. But my plea really is to Swift drivers. I really am begging you to just give a shit because I'm getting dogged out here. So the company I work for, it's very reputable. It's one of my fucking favorite places in the world. It's one of the only... If they're not open and I need some fresh shit for my house, produce-wise, meat-wise, cheese-wise, they only shop local, which I love. I will fucking wait. While my husband will go to fucking Walmart, I'm anti-Walmart. Unless I'm driving for them, then I'm all for it. But I don't shop at Walmart. I'm not a person who is into corporations. Again, I'm quite political. I don't bring that shit here to this channel because most truckers are political. And while I share a lot of the same views as most truck drivers in America, I don't bring that shit here. But I'm anti-corporation. So this place is very reputable. Insanely reputable. So when people are behind me and they see that I'm carrying their trailers, because I'm not carrying Swift trailers, they are purchasing me and my tractor for the day. We haul their equipment. So they get behind me. Oh, they're nice. You know, they're waving and kids are all waving. They see the logo and the stuff. And then they see my tractor. And then it's just like, hey. That's what happens. I've had people yell at me. They curse at me. Yesterday I got a can of Coke thrown at me. People are really pissed off that they're starting to see Swift drive for this particular company. I'm not really quite sure how they're going to handle it, but it's becoming a thing. Unfortunately, a lot of the places where this particular business is in country, rural areas. So those roads are one lane for, it's 2 lanes going in and out. And when you got a Swift truck, the fastest it goes is 65 miles an hour. Speed limit is 75, 80. The country folk fucking hate us. They hate us. Now, I have truck drivers trying to get around me when they know that there's construction and there's signs. I am that bitch that will roll down my window. I will flip you the fuck off and tell you to eat a bag of dicks and get the fuck away from me. You can either get behind me or you can ask the schmuck in front of me if you can get in front of him. But your trailer is not going to go in front of my tractor when you're being an asshole. And yesterday, 2 people were being total assholes. So, the second guy decides he's going to tell me, oh, I'm going to see you at Love's. And I was like, oh, yeah, motherfucker, I'll be waiting for you. I was like, wait a minute, how the fuck does he know I'm going to Love's? He is an owner-operator who is driving for the same company. And I looked at his truck and I said, holy shit, I do see him at Love's. I didn't see him yesterday. I guess he decided to keep on driving. But if you are doing something stupid, I'm going to blow my horn. If you are a 4-wheel driver that doesn't know how to fucking maneuver your vehicle, I'm going to blow my horn. If you're a truck driver trying to punk me either because I'm a girl or just because I'm a Swiftie, I'm going to cuss you the fuck out. If you're respectful, you use those flashy, colorful plastic lights on the back of your car, I got no problems. I let people in, I slow down, I do all of these things, safety first, safety by choice, not by chance. To a fucking extent. This is where Swift drivers come in. Again, Swift drivers, for the love of God, can we please pull it together? Stop doing U-turns. We're not meant to do fucking U-turns on highways, through the medians, in the ditches. I saw a guy 2 days ago. I actually have a crack on my windshield from where he hit the bridge. He hit the bridge so fucking hard. Not only was he stuck under it, but the cement was falling down. Luckily, the cop saw that he was fixing to go there and he got there, but the overpass was collapsing. And we were already going under it, all of us line of trucks. We saw what this Swiftie was fixing to do, and he did it. And I was like, oh. When I watch bonehead truckers or Swift-failed videos, I'm like, where do they find all these really shitty Swift drivers? I can guarantee most of them are from right here in Texas. Because I see them, yes, it's live. I see them every fucking day now. Now that I'm dedicated and I'm here in Texas every day, all day, I see the most ridiculous shit, and it's always a Swift driver. Always. So, Swift, I beg of you, make the testing harder. I don't know if that's a thing. Make sure we got some good fucking mentors and we're not students teaching students. I will never be a mentor. I'm not a good teacher. I'm strict, I'm stern, but more importantly, and I know a lot of really cool tricks. I try to share them with you. There's a really cool trick that I would love to share with anybody that wants to know how to stop hugging that fucking big solid white line. Especially if you're driving in a Swift truck. This new camera, it fucking loves that line. I fucking hate our camera system, by the way. Waste of fucking money. Cameras are only as smart as the dumbass humans that make them. So I don't need a camera telling me, hey, blink, 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 that light was red. Well, you know what? Had I stopped, I would have been rear-ended by the fucking country motherfucker behind me who actually ran the red light too. So if it's yellow and I'm already to the point where I can't stop, please believe I'm going to run that light because I'm going to do what's ever safest. The camera doesn't like that. The camera doesn't like when I hit big bumps. The camera doesn't like whenever I turn and the light is red, but I can actually turn right on red. The camera doesn't like anything that we do. So fuck the camera. I don't pay attention to that bitch unless I'm cussing her out, which is often. The camera is actually more annoying than the fucking Qualcomm. But Swift drivers, let's start, you know, I can't tell you how to be more safe and how to stop doing really stupid shit. But I can offer you this advice. If your GPS is telling you to turn somewhere, and, you know, we have the justice system here and it says beyond a shadow of a doubt. Okay. If you have that shadow of doubt and you're like, I don't know, right there, don't fucking do it. Drive around, hit reroute, that bitch will figure it out. I'm not gonna lie, sometimes she'll take you through a fucking residential neighborhood, but it'll be one that you can maneuver around, hopefully. Make sure that you're not driving with your fucking tandems all the way in the back. That makes your trailer really fucking loose. And I don't know if you know it or not, but you're swerving in and out of lanes and sideswiping cars. Whoa. I saw that first day out, and I think I've seen it at least once or twice a day, every day I've been out here. Don't go under bridges if you don't fucking know how tall you are. Swift has all new trailers. They're higher than the ones that we're used to. And in big yellow stickers in your driver mirror, you can see how high they are. You know, as drivers, we're taught to read all the signs. You should probably do that. I'm seeing more and more Swift drivers under fucking bridges. I'm just like... Since I've been here in Texas, I've been here in Texas now dedicated for about a month, maybe 6 weeks. I started off at HEB in San Antonio, and then I went to Walmart, and now I'm with this company. And it doesn't matter what part of Texas I'm in, Swift drivers are fucking shit up left and right. And I need you to fucking cut it out. Let's start, though. I want you to start with the way you fucking dress. Because the way some of these... Thank you. The Qualcomm is really not hard. You can go back and watch some of my videos, or you can actually call me. I don't know if you got FaceTime or whatever the kids use with Androids. I'm an Apple user. You can always call me. If you email me, my email is in the description. I will walk you through it. Don't spend your time with a mentor. We're so short on mentors right now, it's not even funny. And right now, you shouldn't want to be in the same truck with another person that you don't know. Unless you're coming with receipts of your COVID negative testing, I ain't about it. But I can talk to you on the phone all day long. It might be nighttime like it is right now, but I'm always available. But the Qualcomm, I could teach you that in 10 minutes. But honestly, let's start with, before you think about safety, before you think about trip planning, before you think about what the fuck you're going to eat for breakfast, before you decide if you're even going to fucking brush your teeth or not, let's focus on what we look like. Because you're getting out of the largest trucking company in the United States. You're getting out of their equipment. Swift already has a fucked up ass reputation. Let's try to fucking make the curve. Let's create a curve. You know, it's 2020. Crazier shit has happened. Let's push that just a little bit further and see if we can't bring Swift from here to maybe just here. I'm not saying we gotta go all the way here. Just a little. I'll take an inch. I will take an inch. It's like working on your credit report. I'll take 10 points. I will take 10 fucking points right now. I need us all to work collectively together. So there's 10 of us Swift people that they chose to be a part of this account. I can't tell you any of their names. They all have such attitudes and they just look around like, and I'm like, dude, chill the fuck out, man. If you don't like the work, don't fucking do it. I don't care for this kind of driving, but I really do. I don't like leaving money sitting on the table. That's stupid. But, disclaimer, when it comes to the mentor money, they can fucking keep it. No. Just no. There's no fucking way I'm going to put a student that doesn't know how to drive and put my life in their hands. I have a family that I love and adore. No, it's not going to happen. I'm not a good teacher on mechanical things. I can instruct, but when it comes to the mechanical, actual, tangible workings of stuff, I'm not good at. I will make everybody cry, and I'm okay with that. But no, this account, it's too easy, too much money. It's not worth it for us to leave. But the other 9 drivers, we all show up at the same time. We all get our loads and we all go wherever the fuck we're going. And we literally never talk to each other. I find that really weird. And I'm not even a real big people person. I really am not. But I just think that us as fellow Swifties, if we work together, if you see a Swiftie fucking up, you know, I could have recorded these assholes and been like, hey, Swift, maybe we need to put out a blast about, I don't know, getting your shit together. Let's start with some shoes. Okay, maybe some socks that don't look like they came from the Globetrotters fucking eBay site. I don't even know where you buy windjammers anymore. I don't know. She probably still had them from the 80s. Who fucking knows? Like, get your shit together, man. Like, be organized. I'm not saying you gotta have OCD and have everything labeled and organized like me, but give a fuck about your appearance. If not, don't bother coming to work. When you show up at the shipper looking like you're in your pajamas with your fucking flip-flops, God knows if you've ever had a pedicure. Yeah, no, you gotta be professional. Exactly. We already have a bad reputation. When people see the big S coming through, to them it stands for fucking stupid. I want to change that. I see all these videos talking shit about us. I'm getting dogged out every motherfucking day. I'm gonna wind up getting shot over telling some redneck motherfucker to go fucking eat a bag of dicks because he's fucking with me. But my dad didn't raise a punk. Like, I'm sorry, you're not gonna punk me ever. It's not gonna happen. You may kill me, that's possible, but I'm not going down without a fight. I got my CDL, same way you got your CDL, and you can suck dicks. I don't care. You do you, I'm gonna do me. But in the meantime, I need other Swifties. Exactly. You don't ever see that. And I actually get out and offer to help people and they're like rolling up the windows. They don't want to hear it. I understand. Everything that could happen to me as a solo driver in my first few days didn't have any of those problems with either of my mentors. Stupid shit like the kingpin going over the fifth wheel. Oh my God, I did not know what the fuck I was going to do. Another Swiftie showed up, and luckily I was in my international. So the account that I'm on right now, sidebar, you know I got ADHD. Squirrel. The company that I am working with right now, their drivers only drive day cabs, and for whatever fucking reason, their fifth wheels are highly elevated and they're tilted like this. So all of their trailers are automatically tilted upward. I see this when I'm backing up. Even when you whenever you get out and you put the landing gear down, just send me an email. And then you get my phone number, and then you call and let me know when you're available. I let you know when I'm available, and then we make that happen. Don't get a mentor. You don't need one, I promise. It's like riding a bike. You know, I lower down the fucking landing gear, line it up. Looks like it's going to be perfect. Well, not only are their trailers tilted, but their kingpins are tilted as well. So, all of us third parties that are there, we keep having the same problem. The kingpin pushes the fifth wheel down and slides right over it. Used to not be a problem in my international. Another Swiftie came up, told me that my mentors were a bunch of dipshits. They should have taught me to use the button to, you know, dump the airbags. Here's the thing. It happens to me. I'm in a Freightliner 2020 Cascadia. Swift forgot that feature on this truck. So, if you get a truck that doesn't have that, yeah, it's a pain in the ass. I said I'm going to need rotary cuff surgery like in 2 months if I keep having to lift 40,000 pound trailers with my arms. And I'm short. Granted, I've lost a lot of weight, but that means I also lost a lot of muscle, and I've never had upper body strength to begin with. It's 117 degrees, and I'm cranking and cranking and cranking, and if there was somebody around to ask for help, I would have, but where I'm at, it's a massive fucking plant, and there's just people everywhere. So, I did it. This has happened to me twice. So now, I get out, double, triple, quadruple check. I dropped the trailer so low that my tractor has to force it up. That's the only way I can do it. And H-E-B and Walmart, they used to do the same fucking thing. They had their trailers tilted, but their yard mules got used to the fact that third parties were coming in and they would drop them. So this shipper is going to have to do the same thing. They need to have a talk and be like, hey, these people don't drive day cabs. Our sleeper cabs do not do the same maneuvers that day cabs do. So just tonight, I needed to park the trailer up against the cement wall in a space that barely a trailer would fit because they were so fucking overbooked. And I said, okay. I said, well, let me get out. I'll just pull my tandems all the way to the rear. It makes the trailer easier to maneuver. He looked at me like I was fucking crazy. And he was like, don't you mean you want to push them all the way forward? I said, no, I want them all the way to the back. So I got to teach him. The reason he didn't know what I was doing is because he's always been a day cab driver. Day cabs don't have all of this sleeper business going on. So they can maneuver in ways around the trailer that we cannot. We break our air benders. Like, I call them air benders. I don't know what they're actually fucking called, but they break the wind. So I call them air benders. Mine are so fucking bent right now. I got to get them replaced because the facility did a really good job in doing measurements for U-turns and stuff like that. But sometimes the way they need us to park, it's only meant for day cabs because that's all they drive. So owner operators, Schneider, all of us Swifties, we're doing our best to keep the account, one, because they pay flat rates. Whether they tell you to go kick rocks for 12 hours or you go work for 4 hours or you drive for 12 hours. Same rate, it comes out even, I promise. So it's just one of those things. With the day cab, he said they like to set the tandems and then they pivot from there and it tells them where they want to go. I said, that's great, but your truck maneuvers in a way that mine cannot. If I turn my truck too far this way, guess what? That bender is getting popped off. Y'all don't have that shit on day cabs. Batwing, okay. I had never heard of it. I call them airbenders. My kids told me it's some kind of Asian Chinese show or something. I don't fucking know. I don't watch animated things. I don't have much of an imagination. I wasn't allowed to be a kid. So I didn't know airbender was like a cartoonish thing. So my kids were like, Mom, you need to stop saying that. That's what I call it. But batwing works good too. Batwing is actually what I call the loose skin underneath my arms. But I will keep that in mind. So yeah, I got to learn something from him. He got to learn something from me. And it helped him understand why all of the third parties, this company could not figure out why all of us third party, we all drive sleepers. He said, every time y'all move our trailers, y'all have the tandems all the way to the rear. I said, yeah, because y'all don't have enough space for us to maneuver our tractors. And he was like, wow. So it's communication is key. Communication is key. Just like I wish four-wheel drivers would understand that nice, flashy, colorful plastic stuff on the back of their vehicles is for them to communicate with us. Here in Houston, they don't do that. They're running their own program. The average speed limit in Houston is 85 to 95. Yeah. It's not cool. You don't have to be anywhere that fast. Except 6 feet underground. And we're kind of in a pandemic right now. And as somebody who's lost 2 family members to COVID, I can tell you, your chances of getting 6 feet in the ground are slim to none. Everybody's being cremated and sent home in a pine box. So slow the fuck down. I wish. I would go in the middle of the night and be the fucking turn signal fluid fairy. It's so annoying. So, you know, city driving, it took me a little bit of getting used to because, I mean, you have to be on alert the entire time that you're driving. The entire time that you're driving, you are watching everything. Everything. It's exhausting, but I'm getting used to it. But damn, the most exhausting thing is the shit that I get for being a Swift driver. And specifically driving for such a reputable company. The people don't like it. The people don't like it. They don't like it at all. They're going to have to get the fuck over it because the company is actually really impressed with the work that we're doing. And they want to do more work with us, which is amazing. They're the only company that pays like this, and it's great. I know exactly how much money I'm going to make every single week. Every single week. And sometimes you get to double your loads within the 12 hours. If they send you out to do 3 or 4 stores and you come back and you still got, like I said, I'm on a 12-hour clock now. I have 15 hours a day to drive 12 hours, and I'm not mandated to take any breaks. So if I get back and I still have like 6 to 7 hours on my clock, then they'll actually send you out and you can go make more money. So it's the only company that works this way. And they are very impressed with the 10 drivers that they chose. And, you know, I see them needing more drivers in the near future. They're just so overwhelmed right now. But, yeah, Swift drivers, we got to pick it up, man. Well, I mean, you're fucking it up for the rest of us. Let's start with getting our clothes. Let's make sure we match. Make sure you're wearing some fucking shoes. Not chanclas. Not your fucking shower shoes. Now, if you're coming back from the shower, obviously I wear my chanclas when I'm coming back from the shower. But, you know, I keep a couple of pairs of shoes just so I don't burn them out. And, you know, change your fucking socks, change your underwear, take a fucking shower. Almost everywhere you stop at night or morning, wherever you stop, there's showers. Utilize them. Let's give a fuck about what we look like. Nobody's going to treat us different if we don't start putting our best foot forward. And stop doing stupid shit like U-turns in the medians of the grass. And oh my God, this guy yesterday backed up. It was a Swift driver, backed up. He didn't want to sit in the traffic. There's a construction area on I-10 right after Sealy. You pass Katy, Sealy, and you're going towards the San Antonio area. shitloads of fucking construction. He didn't want to sit in it. So he pulled forward, got out of the little traffic line, the little bit of shoulder that was there, he backed out. Bonjour. Buongiorno. He reversed out and then ran smack into the cars that were trying to come on the ramp. And I'm just like, fucking Swift. I don't know how many times a day I say fucking Swift, but it's a lot. And the other times I'm fucking yelling at the country folk I gotta drive around. So, please ask for help. If somebody offers you help, put your fucking pride aside, man. Like, let us help you. I'm not saying that all of us are perfect. Nobody's perfect. But we've all been there, and we could always all learn something new. And I think that if we can get together and work collectively as a Swift unit, maybe somebody else will start fucking up. CRST is starting to fuck up a lot. I'm starting to see a lot of CRST doing some stupid shit, and YouTube is taking notice. So while the camera is turning towards CRST, let's get our shit together, man. I'm not saying you got to wear a Swift fucking shirt every day. I do it so that whenever I get to the shipper and the receivers, they don't have to ask who I'm with. Because if they can't tell from the truck, at least they can read this, and they still ask, who are you with? And I'm just like, thank God for mask, because you can't see the dirty ass nasty look I'm giving you. But take pride in what you do. And if you fucking don't take pride in being the human that you are, you know, don't fucking do this job. Go be an owner operator. Go drive for some mom and pop company that doesn't give a fuck what you look like. Don't drive for Swift. Don't do it. We already have a target on our back. We don't need Barbaras and Sallys and Bushwick Bill and Kid Rock's long lost son. And I love Kid Rock. It's always some hillbilly looking motherfuckers. I don't see a lot of other people doing it. You know, it's so cliche. It is so fucking cliche, the people that do these stupid things. And my mom is very coon ass. Most of y'all know I'm from Louisiana. My mom is backwoods, hillbilly, son of a bitch. She lives in the fucking sugarcane field. I feel like if she ever felt that she wanted to come drive for Swift, that would be a hard no. Hard fucking no. Even though she grew up around the trucking industry, that would be a hard fucking no. I don't need another backwoods Sally coming out here with her fucking chanclas and her cut off shorts and her fucking weird ass shirts talking about, hi, I'm here with Swift. No. Cut it out. Don't back up if you don't have to. Number one. So let's start there. Don't back up if you don't know how. And if you're at a Swift terminal, get in the back where they got all those shitty trailers. Practice backing. Practice just moving your truck in a straight line. Start there. Just move your truck in a fucking straight line. So you were able to do it on the day that you tested. Wonderful. I need you to continue to do it every day that you're out here. You never know. I just had to offset park this fucking trailer today. I haven't had the offset park since I fucking took my test last year. But you know what? I still knew it. I knew how to get where I needed to go. And that guy got out and fucking measured. He swore to God I was going to hit the trailer next to me. I said, it is very different when you're on your own. And when I talk about the pressure, my God, especially if you got people looking at you from other trucking companies, that SWIFT on our fucking trailers and our tractors, and if you're like me, on our clothes, it's the hugest fucking target. Exactly. You took the words right out of my mouth. It is a huge fucking target. You will literally see people like this with their phones. They are waiting for you to fuck up. So prove them wrong. There is nothing more exhilarating than having had an exhausting fucking day, pulling into a truck stop, and I watch all these fucking cocksuckers with their phones, the super truckers who, been driving since they came out the fucking vagina, and they think that they're God's gift to fucking trucking. Yeah, put your fucking camera on me. I am going to prove you wrong as often as I possibly fucking can. I'm not gonna be that bitch that's gonna say I'm gonna prove you wrong every fucking time, because shit happens. We have off days. Ike Stevens, yes, that is the bonehead trucker. Oh my God. That guy's fucking channel cracks me the fuck up. Cracks me up. I will never personally record a Swiftie doing anything because it's wrong. That's not camaraderie. That's just wrong. I may not know you. I may not even fucking like you. But I'm not going to throw my own people under the bus that way. I think that when you work for a business, even if you don't get along, everybody else is watching you. So if you're doing stupid shit like that, you don't need to be doing that. But whoever is sending him these videos, man, keep them coming, because I'm going to continue to advocate for Swift and push Swift drivers out of their comfort zones. And hopefully push them out of the fucking way. Get out. Let's hire some people that actually want to fucking do this. I don't need the money. And I'm not saying that because I'm bougie. I mean, I don't look bougie. I'm not bougie. My husband has been with the Pipe Fitters Union for literally 17 fucking years. The dude makes bank. He makes bank. Oh, I love it. He made a video just last week talking about he wanted to come work for Swift. I was like, if y'all believe that for 1 second. Oh my God. It was hilarious. My husband has even gotten on. He subscribed to the channel. But I thoroughly, 1000%, even on the bad days, love this fucking truck in the road. I love it. I absolutely love it. I don't even know how to act when I go home, because I want to get back in my truck. This is where I write. This is where I grieve. This is where I go through shit. And when I go back home, I have a clear mind, but there's a mental timer going off around day 2 or 3. My anxiety starts kicking in. It's like, hey bitch, we got to get rolling. Like, let's get going. And I didn't know that that's what was going to happen when I came out here. I thought it was going to be something short term, but no. Even, if I become, a multimillionaire, motivational speaker with all these books. I have a 4-book deal, so I got 3 more at least to put out, and they already want spin-offs of some of the other stories. So I don't know where my life is taking me, but I do know that even if I don't drive for Swift forever, I'm going to buy me a super sleeper, and when life gets hard, that bitch will be sitting on my fucking property, and I will go. Can I be? You don't want to be in this movie. I know shit. I wish I could take screenshots. Post Malone is a family friend, and he wants to play one of my brothers so fucking bad. And my son, I don't always let my kids know stuff because I don't want their friends coming over. I don't ever want my kids to have friends that are friends just because of people that I'm associated with or know. But when my son was on the truck with me, I said, hey, can you see who's texting me? I wasn't paying attention to my watch. Usually I can look at my watch and I can see and I can read a snippet, but I'm driving. I don't pay attention to that shit. But while I have somebody on the truck, hey, go ahead and see if it's important. He was like, does this say Post Malone? Oh, fuck. So I had to explain that story. But, no, we have, he's a mutual family friend, and we go to the same tattoo artist, and that's a story for another channel, another day. But he wants to play one of my brothers so bad, and he's actually quite perfect for it. We'll see if it works out. But, no, you don't want to be a part of it. My story is so fucking, it's tragic. to say the least. The first book is the worst. So I'm glad that I was able to get that out of the way, but I wouldn't have been able to do it without the road and the truck. So, Swift drivers, if we can get it together, I like what I do. I like it a lot, but I don't want to wind up in jail or dead over getting shit on because of a reputation that some of you just really, I think, want to keep upholding. So, make sure you look decent, take a shower, brush your fucking teeth, even though you're wearing a mask. To me, it would make it worse. The worst part of my day, and I'm going to end on this note, you got to get up from here, and I don't like to do a whole bunch of shit on my truck. I do have my bucket here in the event, but that's more OTR shit. If I gotta pee and there's nothing around, I got lavender scented trash bags and biohazard bags. Like I've got everything I need. But I like to go into the restroom. I do my skincare routine. I brush my teeth. It's a whole thing I do in the morning. I gotta put that motherfucking mask on and breathe without brushing my teeth. Worst fucking part of the day. It's kind of hard to start your day off good when you just have this going on. It's a fucking pain in the ass. But it could be worse. You could be that person that doesn't brush their teeth at all. It's just like, God, get it the fucking together, man. We got to do better. We have to do better. So, we have a few more months left in 2020. You know, the Jumanji game is still going. I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to throw Swift out there. I'm going to roll the dice and say that Swift can recover a little bit. Just a little. I'm not asking for a full fucking turnaround. If that happens, then fucking more power to us. But just a little. Just a little. Let's turn it around. Let's turn it around. Let's work together. Let's look professional. Let's, you know, let's set the bar just a little bit higher. Come on, guys. Right now it's like on the ground. So let's pick it up. Pick it up a little bit. I love you all. Thank y'all for joining me. Spread the message, man. If you work for Swift, we got to start calling these fucking wackos out, man. Yeah, so I leave Houston. I go out wherever they send me. Today I went out to Bryan. I did some stops in College Station, and then I went to Temple. I dropped that trailer. It was a bunch of backhaul stuff, like pallets and shit. Dropped that trailer, picked up my second load, and brought it back to Houston. I always come back to Houston. So I get paid for the trip out, a flat rate, and I get paid for the trip back. Even if I bring back just an empty trailer of theirs, it's still a trip, and I still get paid the same amount. It's a flat rate going, it's a flat rate coming. The rate is the same, but it's all, even though it's 1 day's worth of work, it's 2 trips. Now, if I come back and I go back out and come back in, that's 4 trips in 1 day. That's 4 opportunities to get paid in 1 day. I can't talk about the pay, but it's fucking worth it. You're not going to make the kind of money that I am making right now doing anything with a company. I don't even know that, I don't know much about owner operators. I was just talking to Honey Badger about it today. But she's just starting out and she's still killing it, making a lot of fucking money, being her own boss now. But the amount of money that I am making doing this, you are not going to find over the road. Definitely not. I don't care if you drive 11 hours, 7 days a week, which is impossible. Your clock won't allow you. But if it, if it was a thing, you still wouldn't make the amount of money that I'm making every week. You just wouldn't. So, you want to come back, talk to me. My email is in the description of my page there. If you need it and you got a pen and you can slow this down somehow, it's T for Teresa, which is my first name. DeLeon is my last name. DELEON. The letter C as in cat, M as in Mary, A as in apple, @gmail.com. So it's T deleon, CMA@gmail.com. When you email me, you can ask me whatever you want. When I email you back, when I reply, all of my personal information is at the bottom in my signature. So, you want to come back, you want to be out of Houston, and you're a good fucking driver, I will talk to KDR for you and see about getting you on here. I know they're looking for more drivers. They have way too much fucking work to just have 10 of us. So the money is out here. Now, again, there was another guy who asked, he said that he was, yes, Team Swifty all the way. Team Swifty. Over there on Bonehead Truckers, I made a comment like a dumbass. I said, I'm a proud Swift driver, and I thoroughly appreciate your fucking channel because now I can go back and talk shit to my Swifty drivers and be like, hey, get it the fucking together. And the hate comments, oh my God. They were like, nobody that drives for Swift says they're proud. I said, well, I actually am. Swift has been nothing but good to me. And, you know, I'm not going to say we have a few bad apples because, let's face it, it's more than a few. But I still think it's something that we could turn around for sure. So, I am going to get to sleep because I actually don't get a full 10 hours off tonight because my truck has to go to the shop to get all new tires because, again, this fucking road that I have to drive on just to get to the place, it's not even a whole block. Well, it's a block and a half. It is so fucked up. It is so fucked up. It bent my axle just a little bit. A couple of weeks ago, they had to fix that. It's thrown out my alignment. My alignment's just thrown out. It's fucked. It's whatever. My sensors, they think I'm gonna crash into every shadow now. It's not even worth fixing anymore because as long as I keep having to drive on that road, it's gonna continue to be a problem. But like I said, I haven't had less than a 4-figure check since I started doing this whole dedicated thing in Texas. So, I leave Houston, I go all over the place. Just yesterday I was in San Antonio for quite a few hours and then I come back. You can do a lot in 12 hours. And you don't have to take a break. Obviously you can. They don't run you like the computer would pre-plan you. With Swift, Swift doesn't have anything to do with the planning. The company does all the planning, and then I have to go into the Qualcomm system and do a free form, let them know how many stops I have, my trailer number, the customer service number for going out, the customer service number for coming back. I have to tell Swift which addresses I'm going to, and then based on all of this information I send them, they send me a pre-plan like normal, based like that, based on the information I give them so that they can send me for fuel and stuff like that. Swift has nothing to do with this planning whatsoever. It's all, the company is in charge of everything. So it is pretty much like you work for the company. And I like that. I like it a lot. So, hit me up. Let me know. If y'all ever have any questions, feel free to email me. I check my emails every single night. I have a TV here. I actually have my Wi-Fi going and I'm not even fucking using it. I need to turn it off. I sit down and think that I'm going to watch some TV, but I don't. I check messages and like I said, I got this fucking book coming out in 2 days. And so, of course, everything that goes with writing, publishing a book and all of that, I get off of my actual job driving. I get back here and it's just wall-to-wall work. But the first thing that I do before I do any of that is I answer all of my messages, DMs, and all of that on all social media networks. So feel free to always, if you have any questions, there's no stupid questions. No stupid questions. Good night, sweetheart. There's never a stupid question. The only stupid questions are the ones you don't ask. I love you all. Y'all have a good night and be safe out there. Adios. I love the Italian. Let's go, deuces, bella dama. Wee. How do you close this shit? Here we go.